task to try, right? And only few people submitted the task. What about others? Only few people submitted the task. What about others? Have you tried it? Have you practiced that? Only 11 people handed over that task to me, right? What about others? Yes, in the class itself, you need to submit. In the assignment, you have to submit in the class itself, right? Have you done it successfully, everyone? So some people done good work. They have submitted. I have gone through that, right? Yes. But others not done anything. Yeah. So I will give one more day time. So tomorrow I need your samples to come in, and whatever you tried, you send. Up to which part you tried, you send. I will go through that. And tomorrow I am not going to allow anyone who haven't done or submitted the task. So tomorrow I am not going to allow the people into the session who haven't attempted this task. I hope everyone is clear. Because it is a little bit difficult, you need to work it hard, right? That's the reason I am giving one more day time. And by tomorrow, I will see how many people have submitted the task, and only those people I will allow into class. Other people I will keep into the waiting room, right? You will not be able to attend the session until you finish the task. So up to what the part you have learned, you have to submit. What you've done, I asked that you don't need to be perfect, right? But at least how much you have done, you need to submit it. You send in the classroom itself. In the classroom itself, you can send the task, na? Right? You zip your file or folder, or you just send the code and screenshot in a Word document. That's enough. Huh? Yeah, you can update your content, whatever you sent, right? No problem. But tomorrow session will be only for the people who submitted the task to me. Okay. Right. And I will verify if you are feeling any difficulty in that, then I will show you how to solve the problems. I will not explain complete. I will just show you that. I will give you the tips. Based on that, you need to try. Hope everyone is clear, right? Tomorrow session only for the people who submitted the tasks, not for others. I will simply put in the waiting room tomorrow. Serious, right? Yeah. Only people who are doing the task, they will be in the session, huh? Right. Okay. Let's few let's see the other points, right? And tomorrow I will give you some tips on what you have learned, what your task is given on, right? If you are feeling any difficulty in handling that, you can try it, right? So tomorrow, by tomorrow, whatever you have done up to which part you have achieved, you submit it. Some complex things are there. I given you this task to try, right? So you can achieve this. Actually, you can achieve this. Only the points like how you create such tables of contents like this, and rest of other contents you can design. You can design, right? Because there are some logos and contents there. In CSS, you can achieve rotating. Suppose 30 degrees rotating, 60 degrees rotating, such things you can do. That will come later. Without that, whatever you done, you submit. I will see. Okay. So let's continue this. So we were discussing about tables and all. Only 11 people submitted me, right? So tomorrow class will be only for those people. And today whoever submits, right? So display, we discussed about this display. One example I given to you for display. So a grid-like appearance, how we can manage, right? And in the CSS display, we discussed about these options, how to display as inline, display as block, display as grid. These are the options. Next, after understanding previous session completely, I showed you one example on that, right? Another option in future, some more examples we will try. Another option is how we can manage display flux. How we can manage display flux. Actually, flux is nothing but, so it is cross browser compatible 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 attribute. Cross browser compatible attribute, use it for creating layouts like float and position, and it makes flexible grids, flexible display that can fit onto various devices. For that, you need some more additional things to understand actually. Like you need to understand floating and positioning. We need to learn about that. We will see. But first, what generally Flex supports, how we can use display Flex. So let's see one example. Right. I am creating a simple style here, display flex.html. Okay. So we have a document and displaying that doc type HTML head and title. Okay, display flex. Okay, and in the body section, I'm defining some div. Let's keep the class as container. And we have a div with a heading, some CSS, and with some paragraph information. So for that, let's copy some paragraph and keep it. So we are adding some paragraph and keeping it here. Okay. Now, similarly, I'm having some other topics to display. So copy, and I have another topic like HTML, another topic like JavaScript. So yeah, another topic like JavaScript. That's the basic approach we have done. That's the general thing. Now we are configuring the container here. Usually it will have a normal display. It will have a normal display. You can see all the divs are arranged one below another, or arranged one below another. And here I'm keeping a style for this style. And in the style, we have container. And in the container, we have some divs. We will keep the divs in the container. And the divs will have border as 2 pixel, solid, and dark scene like this. And the width, we will define the width of that will be when you are planning for flexible displaying, then you have to keep it auto, width to auto. It will adjust. And margin between will be 10 pixels. Margin will be 10 pixels. And padding also 10 pixels, some space. Now the container should display all these divs in a flexible style. That means the container should have all the content inside it. Display as flux. Display as flux. So that is the flexible display. Flexible display, how we want the display. And you can see that display flex will keep in this way. Now, all are arranged in a columnar form in a flexible. And here we are using the display here. We are using the display here. And usually it is arranging the information, width is correctly adjusted according to the content that you have defined inside it. So it can display the content exactly how you defined it. So this is general. So now you can see, suppose right click and go into inspect. So I want inspect element to happen here. Yeah. So when I'm inspecting this element, you can see here, we are inspecting the element. And in this, the display style we are configuring. You can see the display style we are configuring. So this is adjusting, and you see there is a toggle device beside elements, right side. You can see toggle device option there, right? So the toggle device option, so you can see the toggle device, and you can see this is the device, and this is set for iPad. You see the iPad. And here we are using the screen resolutions for different devices. resolution for this for different devices. All right. And those devices actually we can manage. You select a different device, you can see the content will adjust into it. The content is going to adjust to it according to the device. It is going to adjust into it, right? So it is going to fit into that. It is going to fit into it. If you are still keeping on adjusting this, and you see here we are adjusting this. Now that means we make it as responsive. I can adjust this. You can see the content will adjust according to that. You will not lose these boxes. They will fit everything into it. That means you will not get them aligned below, above. You will not get them aligned in any another location. Everything will be in this form, right? So technically, we have to use this flex option to keep it flexible. I restore the window, you can see it is adjusting according to that. These types of boxes are important. But this is not just only the option. Along with that, so many other features are used. Along with that, so many others are used. That means this is not just the option. Usually we have several other options also. With a combination of everything, we will use that actually, right? So, but initially, this is one regularly used option to make it flexible. This you will see everywhere. Suppose you are watching some shopping sites. So Amazon. When you get into this shopping site, the flexible divs, you check your site. Please turn off your videos. Anyone, you have turned on your videos, right? That will be disturbing for others, right? So turn off your videos, please. So it is disturbing to others. So if you still continue, then I have to block you, right? Please turn off your videos, right? Okay. So then observe here. So technically how it is going to handle this. That means how we can use this. So these are the divs. You see, these are the boxes actually. These are the boxes. These are the boxes. That is the box that is defined with the flex. Now, what happens is when you restore the window, when you are adjusting your window, so these boxes so can fit to the minimum width. After that, they cannot. So you can see they are fitting to the minimum width because a lot of content will be there. There is a min width, max width option. I will tell you in the next point, we will discuss about that. Now, when you are adjusting, you can see it is fitting the content up to certain level. After it reaches the minimum width, it cannot shrink more because content will be disturbed. Then what it will do is, so it will make it scroll. It can make it scroll because still it cannot shrink those all contents. That will be disturbing if you have images and all. Then we have the options of defining maximum width, minimum width like options, which we will see later. Actually, so display we have. So options like min width, minimum width. Minimum width is suppose I defined up to 400 pixels. That is the minimum width for the container. Usually, what does that mean? Actually, currently it is this is the original size. It has the full width occupied. Now I restore that and I'm adjusting this. I'm adjusting this. And when I'm adjusting, you can see it is adjusting till the content. But it should not be like that. If it reaches certain point, now it should able to scroll left and right. That's what you will learn in next level, how to make that flexible with this minimum and maximum width. Why? Because our content cannot shrink more and increase in height. At certain limit, it should stop. It should stop. So that we generally manage by using min width and max width. And we have some more options to handle, some more options to define, right? Initially, those we can do in the next level. For that, we need to understand some position and margins and all, right? Positions we will discuss later, then we will design it. Here, our intention is to make the contents keep in place. They will not jump out of that location and it becomes flexible. That is the main intention. So for that, very simple. Every div, how much border you want, and width, margin, and padding, and display flexible. That makes it flexible, right? This is a general example of handling that display flex. One simple example for display flex. I will give this example to you. You can try that. Later, we will use complex examples with combinations. Yeah. Next, understanding here, we have a display table also. Display table. We can use display table. That means actually tables we can handle in two ways. We can handle with. You can add anything, Mr. Abhishek. What is that question? Can I add a image in the container? Do you think is it an appropriate question? Is there anything serious that we can't add any image in that container? Be reasonable in your questions, matured in your questions. Huh? What do you think? You can't add an image inside it? That's what I showed you in Amazon. I showed you clearly using some images. It is using flexible. Just concentrate on what I am switching between and explaining. Right? You can add anything inside it. These are all, that's what I came here to show you, right? That's what I came here to show you, that this is using a flex type model. But in the flex type model, they are dealing with min width, max width, right? That is what the point we discussed. No? So technically, you can keep anything you want. So generally, another option is display table. Actually, we have two important options, HTML table and a CSS table. So generally, HTML tables, one of the major issue, we don't use tables for organizing content anymore. We use tables only for displaying data in rows and columns. Generally rows and columns. So what is this display table is? It can organize information into rows and columns easily. That means it can have the groups, it can have the sections, and it can manage the table. It can manage the table cleanly. So that is very much used with the display tables. We can use HTML tables. HTML tables. HTML tables, better go with them when you are dealing with grids and all. Means a tabular form with headings and all. Why we should not use tables? Because actually up to HTML4, entire website was designed means layout was designed by using table. So 10 years back in web development, so 8-10 years back in web development, when we trained people to design websites and applications, then our main concentration was this table, arrange everything in table. Every website is designed with the table only. We don't have div and span. So we don't have div and span. Div, span, all these came in HTML5. Before that, even every website, so Yahoo, MSN, everything is designed with table. On internet, whatever you see is designed with table only. Now table have a big problem. So table cannot load the data in an order. Table will load the data in a random way. There is no order of loading the data. There is no proper division of data. It becomes hard for search engines also. To overcome that issues, new containers were designed like div, like span, like aside, like article, and all these. Article. So these all are designed. Several other options also there, right? So technically, earlier, why we stopped using table? Because table leads to a technical issue called kiss of death. Kiss of death. Death. That is one technical problem actually. We software developers call this as kiss of death technically. You have so many such technical words like blue death screen. Blue death screen. You have seen yellow death screen. Yellow death screen. I think as a developer, you came across these words. Suppose you are using Windows. Suddenly while using Windows, sometimes it shows a blue screen and says fatal error, your Windows stopped. Generally we call as blue death screen. We call it as blue death screen. What is the reason of that blue death screen? Reason is memory dump, right? That means memory unable to allocate properly, right? So these are all technical words. Regularly. So uncertain about loading order. That means we don't know when it will come, where it will come. That is why it is called kiss of death. That means we don't know when it will come, where it will come. The point is nothing but, suppose we are designing a page in a table. We are arranging everything in a table. Actually, we don't have borders to display. Without borders, we arrange everything. We can create everything with tables itself. Everything we can design. With the tables, some examples I showed you already, if you remembered. And now the problem is, suppose here we have logo, top, some paragraphs are here, some paragraphs are here, some advertisements are here, So content are present here. Right. Some contents are defined here. Yeah, you people still, you close your videos, please, right? Turn off your videos. It is disturbing to everyone. Huh. Right. Fine. Okay. So now the problem here is when we have content like this, we have content like this. So there is no order in loading. There is no order in loading. That means what happens is sometimes we have header, sometimes we have footer, and all these contents arranged like this. So what happens is you will see that in a website, this loads first. After few seconds, you will see somewhere bottom, this loads second. After few minutes, you will see that somewhere loads in the corner third, like that. Uncertainty in loading the data. There is no specific order for loading the data content. So this problem you will see even today in several websites. So that means old websites, you will feel that they will not load the content in an order. Different order it will be. Different order it will be. That is actually the problem with the tables. That's the reason this is called kiss of death. Kiss of death means uncertainty. We don't know when it will load, where it will load. You will see that website have a logo loaded at the top and a logo loaded at the bottom, in between empty. It is loading. So to avoid this, they have introduced the concept of divs, spans, and divisions. That's the reason we don't use tables for layouts. Then what you can do is table like arrangement. You can make it by using display table. Actually, this is very rare. We don't prefer actually. We don't prefer display table very much. We use display grids. We use display inline. We use display flex. But tables are very rare because if we have to display tables, we will go with table. We don't want to try that. But sometimes table like data need to be presented and it is large amount of data, then or navigation like things you need to present, then you can go with this display table. What are the attributes it provides actually? That means it configures a CSS table that mimics with HTML table. That means it is similar to HTML table with HTML table. That's what actually CSS tables are. And the properties for CSS table will be similar to table options also. Actually, the properties will be similar. Like we have table tag. So table tag, we have table tag. And in CSS, it will be like display as table, display as table. We have tr, it will be like display as table row, like this. We have t head, we have groups, we have t head, and usually this will have like display as table header group, like this. I have t body, so we have t body, tables in HTML, it will keep the display, display, it will keep the display as table body. Table body is like table row group, it will keep table row group. Similarly, we have t foot, table footer. So usually we have a t foot. This will be like display, so display table, and the footer group. Footer group is t foot actually. Similarly, we have columns. We have like call group is defined by using display as table column group like this. So same options we can define like this, TD and TH. These are cells actually, we know that. And it will use as table display as table cell. And we have a caption. If you remember, tables we learned so many examples also. It will use like display as table caption. All this it will arrange. That's what it will do. It's like set table. The key difference is if it is same like that, then what is the difference is it will prevent the kiss of death. It avoids the kiss of death and it loads the content in order. That's the reason we can manage that by using display table. Right. Usually how we can write display table along with other alignments also we need actually. As of now, we are not looking at alignments and functionality. We are just looking at the design, how we can make a design, right? How we can keep the contents and design. So with the display table or display style, how we can manage that actually. That is the intention, right? So usually one small example we will see for display how we can manage. So how we can use a simple one. First, I will show you a sample example here. So that means I'm taking a new file. Yeah, let's add a new file, display table .html. Okay. And let's add some content here. So we are adding some content here. So what we will do is let's create a navigation type HTML head, title as display table. Okay, body. And here we are using UL, unordered list. Already we learned some navigation like options we need to design here. A list item. So we have an anchor. So href, like this is like home, like about, like contact, like this we have options. Home, about, links are not there, just we are configuring that home, about, contact, something like this. Usually that is the content we have. So a small navigation here. Last session we saw that I can manage that by using an inline technique, right? So with the table also we can manage such appearance, we can configure such appearance, right? Let's see, suppose we have that href is equal to hash. We don't have any navigation to mention, this alignments are important for us. Okay. And now I want the display to have, combination to have. So for unordered list, this unordered list, I will keep in a navigation area now. That's a navigation area. Now we want to give some effects for this. So for this navigation area, I will put a class as navbar. Okay, just roughly navbar. Okay. And so we will put some style so that it can make the appearance in a better. Now what we are doing is, so we are using the options with first unordered list. We want unordered list. So unordered list style, I will keep as list style as none. It will not have any list. These all styles you will learn. Suppose we have margin as 0. We have padding also as 0. That is for unordered list. And for list item, we are defining as float left. We are defining as float left. And background color, so is some color. So we are adding some color, like some orange, dark cyan, something like this. Okay, that's the background color I define. Okay, and we have anchors inside the list item. That means list item have an anchor element. This will have a display as block style, and padding will be, so some left and top padding. We will give left and top padding 0.5 em, 0.5 em left padding, 1 em top. So we have left and right paddings. Right. Now color I will define as white. That is the link color is set to white. So this is the option configured. And in the display, you can see they will come like this. They will come in this way. So that's what the display block float left list items, and we are arranging some information. Here we are giving a class that is navbar. So we are giving the class navbar. And wherever the navbar is there, we are keeping the display as table. We are adding display as table. This navbar display as table, it will give the same effect here. And inside here, suppose I say margin as auto, and it will keep the content center. Keep the content center. That means it is organizing the information in a table. Organizing the information in a table. Right. And when you are defining the information in a table, taking the content and displaying in the table. Without table, the appearance looks normal. That is nothing different. Without table also, the appearance look normal. That means you can see this display table for the navbar. Without that also, this will float left and it will display content. But actually, I given this as a table, that is for that entire navigation is table. I will inspect this element. You can see here, inspect. Actually, this is the navigation area. And in the navigation area, and we are having these items. This is the nav bar. Currently, table is having only one row. That is only one row. And in that, we haven't divided any cells or any content there. We have just only one row of information displayed there. We haven't used anything else other than that, right? That means it looks normal. It looks normal. So because we navigation bar, you want some general contents like headings. So general contents you want to display. Then it is easy for us to arrange the information according to this table now. That means using just a table will not have any special effect here. It doesn't have much effect also here. You just created a table, and the table doesn't have any rows and columns or any content inside it. Any content inside it. So now to make it good, effective, appearance and effective, what we need to do actually is we need to arrange the rows and columns into it. Sometimes what happens is these navigation, currently I will make it float left. That means they will be side by side. Okay. Sometimes what happens is in this navigation, you will have to add some more rows of data, some more caption for data. So some more caption for data. Currently, it is not suitable directly. Suppose see this nav bar is having a div, and in this div, I defined as suppose some Naresh IT. And here I'm defining as a class as a tab caption. Tab caption is the class. So then I'm defining here. So as tab caption dot tab caption. That is the table caption here. And here we want to display. We want to display this table caption. And this table caption, how we can create table captions? You see there is display table caption. That means I'm using the display as table caption. You have table caption. Now initially inside the table, because navbar is already in the table and it is used in the table caption, right? So that means a div inside the table as a table caption. You can add in this way. Suppose in the navbar, suppose we have a div. I'm not just giving the class here. In the navbar, we have a div. That means here we are configuring. So navbar, and in that we have a div, which will be given as a caption. Will be given as a caption. That is the navbar. In that div will have a table caption. And here you can see it fits as a caption for the table. You can keep the alignment anywhere you want. You can define the alignment. You can configure the alignment. Alignments we can give later, right? We can configure the alignment. So suppose I will define this navbar. So width as auto. That means it will fit the width, but margin auto is center, right? So that other contents will correctly fit according to it. We will see. Other options also as a caption here. They're configuring. Suppose see alignments, indentation and caption, appearances, spacing, everything according to our specification only. That means you say text align, so center. So that means we say font family, Arial. We are configuring this and you can see it will keep it in that. But now this will be considered with regard to this table, Currently we kept everything in table. Actually inside the table, there can be some rows. Inside the table, there can be some columns. We need to organize the information into rows and columns, header block, footer block. So without using the HTML table option, you can handle all the same appearance here. It will avoid the problem of kiss of death and it will allow you to manage this, right? So that is the reason you need to understand how to work with this. So if I give you some 2, 3 points, that's enough. The same you can manage everything else. But remember, placements where you keep, that depends on how you design actually. So this is as a caption, better to use a class. Here I don't have any other div, that's the reason I am not doing that. But better to use some ID or a class, and through that you define, because in this some more divs will come, some more options may come. So that means we can arrange information and rows and columns without using the table. We can replicate the table, right? So this is just a basic level point, how we can design a table and how we can give a caption for the table. That's it. How the cells are used, how the groups are used. If we know that, we can design some tables for HTML page without using a table element. With CSS, we can manage that. We can put any content inside, images or others, any type of content we can keep inside it. This, with one real world example, we will see where we can use this kind of content for presenting the data. So by using CSS, that we'll see in tomorrow's session, right? So tomorrow, so seriously, our session will be only for the people who submitted the exercise I asked to do, though, right? If you are not, then you will not be allowed into the classroom. So once check that and send me your examples. Then tomorrow I can continue another example. And tomorrow I will give you one more exercise with these tables designing. Then you can do more better in presentations. Huh? Tomorrow we'll continue then. Right. At least you see the classes in the classroom notes, what we have given. See that notes and try. But I want something from your side to submit. Otherwise, I will not allow. Whatever you done, you send. I will see. Up to which part you have done, you send it. I will see. Right. Then tomorrow I can check.
Thank you.